a local landscaper is turning a disastrous situation into a sign of hope and humanity. He stepped in to help after seeing our WCCO investigation into a contractor who promised families a pool but didn't finish the work. Our Jennifer Mayerle shares the story, restoring much more than just a backyard.
The Swearengen's backyard looks better than it has in months.
It looks great. I'm more blown away by the heart of these people.
You see, about 2 weeks ago, WCCO highlighted the mess left behind from an unfinished pool project.
Well, it looked like a bomb went off in our backyard.
A day later, landscaper Mike Funk Anderson reached out to them.
Yeah, I said, hey, if you guys need any help putting the yard back together, and it kind of just went from there.
Mike lives in the community and owns Stonewood Hardscapes and Design.
He saw that, hey, there was an issue, and he had the skill set to actually do something about it.
Over a number of days, Mike and his team filled in the huge hole. They put the yard back together, fixing the irrigation system, adding landscaping, and hydroseed to grow the grass, all free of charge.
It's not too much of a big deal to give back and donate some of our time.
Mike was reluctant to share his role in all of this.
If we can be of service to other people, I think that's kind of, at least my kind of goal in life. It tends to work out pretty good if you can treat other people the way you want to be treated.
He and his team did more than restore the backyard.
Kind of just restore trust in people too.
Heather and Steve say they've prayed about the situation, and their family continues to find purpose along the way.
Show them that good things can come out of bad situations too.
Mike tells me he's trying to rally the landscaping community and talking with other vendors to try to help more families. In Prior Lake, Jennifer Mayerle, WCCO 4 News.
To this day, Briana Scurry is the most decorated soccer player in the state. She's from Anoka. That's where WCCO first met her for a story back in 1989. Since then, she has seen some of the highest highs and the lowest lows. Today, she is an inspiration for many former athletes on how to handle life once the game ends. Our Mike Mack sits down to hear how.
We first met Briana Scurry in 1989, working as a student helper in the guidance counselor office. She was a dominant athlete, fresh off a state championship soccer season where she scored the winning goal and then made the winning save. And yet none of the 4 sports she played were her first love.
Football was my favorite. I used to play in 4th and 5th grade until I got a little bit too heavy, but right now soccer is my favorite. But if I could play it, I would be playing it.
She did settle on soccer and turned into the greatest to come out of this state, a 2-time gold medal winner, inspired by another sport.
It's astonishing to me still. I wanted that since I was 8 years old. When I watched the Lake Placid ice hockey team in 1980 Olympic Games, my mom and I were watching, my dad too, and I saw what they did, and I knew at that young age that it was a miracle.
But her life is so much more. She was the first openly gay member of the U.S. team, something that came easy to her because she was already accepted by her mother and father.
To my parents' credit, they loved me anyway.
They embraced you.
They really did. And I recently was told by my niece something that my mom said to her a long time ago. That's my child. What kind of parent am I if I don't love her no matter who she is?
In 2010, she suffered a career-ending concussion, a concussion that led to depression. That led to a life off the grid. Financially struggling, anxiety-filled, she contemplated ending her life.
I remember standing at the edge of the falls near my house, looking at the water rushing over the falls, knowing I can't swim, thinking, what if I just jump in? Who will miss me? And then immediately, in my mind, my mother.
A cutting-edge surgery helped cure it all, and she got back in the game of life. She is gainfully employed, married with 2 children, and recently penned a book. She is also nearly the exact age of Title IX, something that changed her world without knowing it.
I don't get a scholarship to college through soccer, and I don't go because my mom and dad couldn't afford it.
And as she contemplates what has been, she is reflective of her family, particularly her mother, who passed away in 2015.
If your mom had been able to see you of sound mind from 2015 to now, what would she say?
She would probably say, I knew you could do it.
Up next, it's a bond that should not have been broken. How one teenager is making sure that seniors get to keep their pets right by their side.